Morning all, or evening, depending on when you watch this. Um, I have a daily routine. I didn't always. My mind really likes it. There's a part of you that will try to put everything it can into a routine and store it. That's where you're storing your steno dictionary by practice. The brain learns by repetition. And when I say brain, I even include your subconscious, which is where the anxiety feels, where the steno dictionary is. It's in your body. There's a mind thought process. There's a body feeling process. There's a conscious mind. There's a subconscious mind. So I have a daily practice, which took me a very long time to get into. I was looking back at some recordings I did, even just 2 years ago. And I'm not in the solid practice that I want to be in, but I'm trying desperately to be consistent with whatever I can commit to. I suggest that to you. I have a 7-minute morning meditation, setting your intentions recording. I will try to remember to post it. I do it occasionally. Some people grab it, some people don't. Some people are like, oh yeah, I never saw that. Some people are like, oh, I love it. I start my every day with it. I used to hate listening to recordings that were me because my brain said, well, this isn't a surprise. I know where we're going. Well, yeah, of course you know where we're going, you freaking idiot. Ooh, caught it. Okay, pull it down. I'm not a freaking idiot. Silly girl. No, I'm not a silly girl. Okay. Wow. The negative thoughts. Grab them, grab them, grab them, turn them around. I used to not like to listen to recordings of my own voice. And now I realize it doesn't matter what it is or who it is, even if it's Dr. Joe Dispenza talking like this. I can get past trying to criticize it and ask, where are we going? What are we doing? Can we make some progress today doing this thing? So back to, I have a routine. I have a routine and my brain really likes it because it can depend on what's going to be happening. Now, there's a whole lot in court reporting school that you can't depend on. Even if you have what I used to call a protocol, if you have a practice regimen, there are still segments within that suck. And so, and you may switch it up every day. Like today, we're going to start with finger drills. Tomorrow, we're going to start with, high speed, drop it down, goal speed, push, trail, all that stuff. And we'll talk more about that later. For those of you who just went, huh? What's she talking about? Private message me. You have a routine of how you practice. And brilliance, if it's not working and not giving you the results you want, switch it up. But commit to something long enough to tell if you're actually not getting progress. I don't know. I'm thinking that I think it was Mark Kislingerry who said, if you're not getting results, if you're not pushing and getting passes within, you guys correct me. Did he say 60 days? Did he say 30, 60, 90? I don't think he said 90. I think it was less than that, which I thought was a little pushing. But your brain will give you what it'll try really hard to give you what you tell it. And without any other evidence, it will absolutely go there, which is why you see some people getting such fast progress. They have nothing in their background that says, oh, that's not true. No, you're not going to get out faster than everybody else. You've never done anything faster than anybody else except fail. And if that's what your brain is telling you, if that's what your past experiences are the evidence that shows you, you've got stuff that you're trying to step over on the track when other people are just running by because there's no stuff on their track. And so, yeah, give it a period of time to see if what you're doing is the combination that's not working for you. get a hold of me and we can always chat. If there's a bunch of you that are, we're all doing the same thing and nothing's happening, please know that I don't care what you're doing, even if it's the wrong thing and you're doing it consistently enough, often enough, long enough, you will get results. And there is always, even if you're not passing the tests, there's still progress being made in the background. You are building speed in the background. You are laying down your steno dictionary into your subconscious. And once it's there forever, unless you wake up one day and say, I don't want that thing there anymore. Let's get me hypnotized and go in there and take that out. It's actually not that easy. It's really not that easy, because your brain will say to you, why do you want to get rid of that? That might come in handy someday. You don't know what the future holds. So hang on to that steno dictionary. And to which I say, yes, by all means, hang on to it. Because I don't care how long you've been off the machine, you will not lose speed. That stuff is downloaded in you, and this part of you, the conscious chattery mind, can process 126 bits of information per second. The other part of you, where your steno dictionary is stored, can process 2 million bits of information per second. That thing can write faster than you or your chattery mind could ever talk. Faster than, we're talking light speed kind of stuff. If you can get your body and your mind out of the way, submit your body to the machine. It kind of needs, or your mask, it needs to be there. But other than that, get out of the way, because all the parts of you that have opinions about what you're doing are the slow parts. We want to get to the part of you that has no fear, that has no opinions, that has no judgment, that has no comparison. It just shows up and says, oh, I've got 298,000 words stored for you. Let's go ace a test. Let's go get out there and get that certificate. Let's go get a paycheck. Let's go make some money. Let's go buy a house. Let's go get a car. Let's go on a vacation. Let's go do something freaking fun. Let's go do the thing that I wanted to do when I signed up for this journey, not knowing what I was going to get myself into. Not one of us really knew what we were signing up for. Yeah, but we are tenacious enough. Some people would say that was stubborn. I like the T word better. We're tenacious. We're determined, and we will not quit. Those of us who will not quit will finish. We will be out there. We will be reporters. I don't care what kind of background you came from. This is a, no, forgive the pronoun. This is or it's not even a pronoun. This is a last man standing kind of situation. And I am living proof of that. I of all people should not have been the one. We're talking, okay, when I went to my school, I wound up being the one that they were talking about, that when the teacher in the class, actually was the guy that owned the school, came into our theory class the first day. Oh dear God, I don't know why I didn't just walk out, except that I already paid my money and I didn't really know what I was into. And is he full of shit? But what he said was, in a kind of terrifying way, this is not encouraging, by the way, for every 600 people who ever walk through that door, only 2 of you will ever finish this program, and only 1 of you will ever be certified in the state of California. And I didn't know what that meant. I don't know. We're doing theory today, right? Where's my little card at the end of my machine, and where's my book and the thing? And I just kind of pushed it out of my brain because I didn't want to hear that. I did not want to hear what I would later learn was 90% dropout rate. Why is that so? Well, because not everybody's interested in this. Everybody, it's like, oh, how do you do that? That's an interesting machine. 22 keys. How do you do? Everybody's interested. Doesn't mean everybody can do it. Not only can not everybody do it, but they don't understand what the hell you're doing. So don't talk to them. It's like, are you ever getting out of school? Of course I am. One of the things on my list this week is not just school, but it's thinking about setting up an accounting system. I'm going to need to talk to an accountant. I'm going to need to understand how to invest my money. If I'm independent and I don't have the benefits and all that stuff, then how do I arrange that so that I live the life I want to live with the flexibility and the income and all the things that I wanted when I started this journey? But they don't need to know that, yeah, I failed another test. Oh, by the way, it was 94%, like you're getting through school with C's, and you're not failing. I'm getting 94%, but I'm failing. It's like there's a whole disconnect there. So just literally disconnect from those people. If they don't understand that they don't understand and that they can still figure out a way to support you kindly, then let them go. At least don't feed them any information. It's only going to cause you trouble because now you're going to have to overcome them and you've got a full-time job overcoming you. So find a routine that starts you off in the day in a place of grounded, anchored solidness. Because a lot of you have a lot of anxiety from the past, and that stuff gets triggered every time you don't feel completely secure, confident, like you know what's out there, you have all the information. Anytime you don't feel those things, you're going to feel the bad stuff, the anxiety. Your brain's going to start chattering, not just about, oh, you're getting it, oh, you dropped it, oh, there's a brief for that, not just that shit, but remember back when you were 4 years old and it's gone. And all you get is a body sensation that, why do I feel crappy? I practiced this. This take is really easy and slow, and I was getting it. And all of a sudden, something crossed my mental field, and I feel like crap, and I can't write. And now I've lost it, so I might as well quit. I'm not even going to transcribe that take because it wasn't a pass. Transcribe that take anyway. I don't care if part of you thinks it wasn't a pass, and maybe it wasn't, but we don't only transcribe the stuff we pass, because first of all, I've seen people whose brains will convince them that there's not a pass when there is, because it's that determined to keep you where you are, because it's afraid of where it's going. It's afraid of where you want to go. So find a way to create a routine where that you wake up in the morning and you, even if it's 7 minutes, if it's 5 minutes, if it's 3 minutes, if it's 1 solid minute of just quiet and saying a few affirmations. And if you say them, always say them in threes. I don't care what the first 2 are, but that third one, please start repeating after me. I'm getting out of school faster than anybody can imagine. I'm incredible. I'm amazing. I don't care. I'm getting out of school faster than anybody can imagine. Thank you, Molly Cooper. That's the magic. That third thing. It will always go in. And I don't care if you believe it or not. Just keep saying it to yourself, because there's a part of you that is listening to that sentence. I'm getting out of school faster than anybody can imagine. And all that part of you can say is, whoa, that's pretty fast, I guess. How are we going to do that? And it will go to work for you to figure out how. It could be so easy for you to get out of school so fast. Don't worry about how stuff is going to happen. You have no control over how stuff is going to happen. Show up, do the work, do the stuff, put your blinders on, stop worrying about time, stop comparing yourself to everybody else, stop judging yourself about where you should be and where you could be and where you would have been if blah, 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 blah. Stop it. Every one of those thoughts is a bump in the road. Every single one of them. And are they true? Are they true? Or are you just, it's like following a horse down the road and he keeps crapping in front of you and you got to keep stepping around. You know what? Go fast enough to get around the freaking horse, or find a different trail where there's not a horse, or pull way over to the side where you're not constantly behind the crap that's landing on the road that you've got to step around. Get into a clean path. Clean your mind up, clean your thoughts up, clean your belief up. Clean it all up so that you have a clear path ahead of you. That's what the other people have who are getting out of school and out making money faster. That's the only difference. They're not smarter. They're not working harder. In fact, a lot of them are working a whole lot less than you are. You just have more crap to step over. They got nothing. They're just strolling along with nothing, no resistance in their path, in their journey. So I suggest that to you. And the last thing I will mention is that this morning, when I was doing, I have a meditation thing that I hop on every morning at 6:15, and he jabbers on for about 30, 40 minutes. And then he finally gets to a really quick 10-minute meditation. But the stuff he's talking about in the meantime is so utterly simple that it blows my mind. This morning, he was actually going into an area of, what if there's nothing to heal? What if there's nothing wrong with you? What if just who you are is perfect? Because it is. You're a spiritual element of light embodying a body in a time and space, and stuff happens around you. The stuff happening around you is not you. The body is not you. You, the essence, the spark of light, the divine being, the infinite singularity of consciousness, that's you. And it fears nothing. But there's a mental part of us too that we have to deal with here on this physical incarnation. So there's the stuff happening around us, there's our body, and then there's our mental part. There's our emotions also. Those aren't you. So your chattery mind is not you. Your emotions are not you. Your body is not you. And the stuff all happening around you, good, bad, indifferent, whatever, is not you. None of that is you. Like, okay, this is blowing my mind a little bit. But it's the only message. I've been listening to him probably for 6 months. This morning was the first time I realized, oh, he's been saying the same thing every single day, but in a slightly different way. So I share that with you because I thought it was interesting, and I'll probably double down on it when I can figure out how does this work with that thing we call steno. How can I wrap my brain around it so I can share it with you and have it make a difference for you? Because that's my whole purpose of being here. I'm still on my journey of self-discovery and recovery and whatever the hell else you call it, making my way through life. And because I have a court reporting brain, it says I must have all the information. I must understand why my brain does what it does and why I think the way I think and how come I'm self-sabotaging myself and how come I'm not having the stuff that other people have. Why? Court reporting brain. It's what makes us phenomenal. It's also what makes us crazy sometimes. So I'm listening to the same message every day, and I'm trying to figure out how does that all work with reporting. And I will figure some things out that I can share with you. One of the things I came away with this morning, and it's what I'll leave you with, is, we talk about living up to our own potential. Potential is a big word, has a very short brief. I didn't know that. 4 years ago, my daughter was scoping for me and she's like, Mom, how come you write the word potential out? I thought, because that's the way I learned it like 40 years ago, and nobody ever told me any different, and it's worked so far. And she said, can you just write PO for potential and we'll go from there? Can you add that into your dictionary? And I'm like, yeah, I guess I could. Also, Mom, analysis and analyze and analyzed and analyzing and all those. There's short ways to write those. There are. Yeah. You don't know what you don't know, and what works for you. And I'm telling you, your theory doesn't matter. How much you write out, God bless you, Mark Kislingberry, but it really doesn't matter. You can still succeed. No, I'm never going to hold the world speed record, but I have a really great life and I love what I do. And my notes are clean, and my scopists look at my stuff and they say, oh, Carrie, honey, on your worst day, your notes are better than everybody else we work with on their best day. And I'm like, ooh, really? Because that wasn't me in school. That wasn't me by a long shot. Potential. What does potential mean? Because it sounds like a really, really good word, doesn't it? It's like we want to live up to our potential. But what if that's a glass ceiling? What if my potential says I can go this far, and so I should really try to get there? But somebody else can look at me and say, oh, no, 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 your potential is way up here. You can't even see how big and beautiful and bright you could be. And I can't see what I can't see till I can see it. So everybody else can. So that's part of why when I work with you guys, it's like I'm holding the belief that I see in you that you can't see, but I can see it clear as day. I know it without a doubt. And there's those of you who I've said to you, oh, I'm so excited because I see where you're going, and I'm holding that belief until you're ready to take it from me and run. And it's yours, every bit of it. But everybody needs somebody in their life who can hold that for them. There are people who I work with in one-on-one sessions, and I've heard this a lot too. When I start talking to them about the person that you will become during this journey in school, and how it forges you like metal under heat and pressure and power and pounding and repetitive tests of will, not tests on paper, not tests in steno, tests of sheer will and determination. Those are the tests that matter in this business, not the rest of it. The rest of it's bullshit for the schools to get the money they want to prove that you've made progress. Who gives a flying F? That's not your progress. There are people who've gone through no school with no tests and are out there doing phenomenal things in our profession. They didn't need a test to make it all happen. The schools need the tests. That's their hoops. That's not you, and that's not who you are, and it's not your worth, and it's not your lack of worth. It's nothing to do with you. If you pass one, great. If you don't, it's an opportunity to learn something about yourself. Every day is an opportunity to learn something about yourself and how you write and how you think and how you process and how your brain does what it does and how you can keep going and not give up. That's what that stuff is worth for you. When I'm working with somebody and I ask them to look into their future, to look over there and tell me, what do you see? What is that person who's now a certified reporter? What are they doing? Where are they working? What's their life look like? What do they feel like when they get up in the morning? Describe it to me. And a lot of times I get, I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. I've never seen that. I don't know. I don't know. You've never seen a live court reporter? Think back about the first time you ever saw a machine. What did that look like? Was there somebody behind it writing? Have you never watched television? What does that look like? Imagine somebody else doing it if you can't imagine yourself doing it, but imagine, because that lights up the parts of your brain that are going to take you to that thing, I swear to you. And we can help you step into the shoes of that person so that it feels more familiar and your brain knows where you're going and it's going to go there more easily. And I've had people literally say to me, I don't want to go there because I don't know who that person is. And that really scares me. I don't want to become something I'm not. Really? You want to stay where you are? Like forever? I can understand you don't know that thing over there. But does that mean this is what your brain is doing? I don't know that thing over there. I'm afraid of it. It's the unknown. And so let's stay here where it is the known, where you get up every morning and you go to school, however that is for you, and you take a test and you fail the test and you feel like crap, but hey, this is what we did yesterday and it feels familiar to me. And I think we should just stay here for like ever. It's like, no, that's not what we started this journey for. And for those of you who think that way, the only thing I want for you, we don't want to turn anybody into something they're not. What we want to do is strip away to give you the power to let go of all the things that have collected on you over all the years that you've been alive on earth, all the things that actually aren't you. The baggage you took on, the messages you took on, the beliefs you decided to adopt, the thoughts you think that really aren't even your thoughts. They're somebody else's thoughts, generationally passed down about what's important in life. You're only as good as the work you do. You have to work really hard for everything you get in this life. Those are great messages for people who are totally unmotivated and can't get off their butt to do anything. But for the rest of us who are overachievers, when you tell us that, what it puts us in is a place of, oh God, I can't accomplish that because I haven't worked hard enough yet. Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. We want to let go of all of that so that what you're left with is you, the you that you were always meant to be able to be before all the rest of the messages got glommed onto you, before you started to not believe in the magic that's you. So don't live up to your potential. Live past it, because you are so much greater than anything you can imagine. Guys, go out there and have a damn good day. I love you.